All right, let's pick up where we left off. Chapter 6, 7, and 8, review the class slides. These slides should be posted on Blackboard, so take a look at them, all right? Especially after you watch the video, then do you much good to actually look at the slides without the video first. Anyway, you guys can work that out, do what you want. All right, again, everything should be done in your marketing plan. It's the only thing that I really want you focused on. Homework number 5 will also be posted on Blackboard. I advise you to watch these videos first, but they're all to help you come up with creative ideas to put into your marketing plan. All right, so the way I'm going to set up homework 5 is complete homework 5, submit it to me, and just like every other homework, I will go through it and give you feedback about the idea. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish up. We're still talking about questions. I already told you, call me, development, marketing, communication. Yeah, we're still talking about promotion. All right, again, get aggressive again. This is where we are. Induce people to exchange. It is all about that. Promotion is all about communication. It's communication, right? How can I convince you, persuade you to give me that? I have this, I want that. I don't want this, I want that. Don't want this, want that. So what can I tell you? What kind of information do you need for you to give me this? Because that's what I want, and I will happily give you that. All right, that's the name of the game. It's all about communication. All activities that communicate the value of a product and convince or persuade customers to buy it. All right, you just so happen to be doing this for Pro Standard. We talked about your toolbox in the last video. All right, you all have a toolbox. So we've already covered advertising. We covered TV, radio, print, outdoor, non-traditional, internet. Right, we went through those things. So this video, we're going to cover sales promotion, public relations, direct marketing, and personal selling. Those are the other tools in the box. Let's get to it. Advertising, we already talked about. Go look at the other video. Sales promotion. Okay. So I called advertising was the hammer, because you're going to keep beating them over the head with as much information or whatever it is that you want to give them as much as possible. 2 things about advertising. Never forget that you choose the media and you choose the message. Choose wisely, because it's costly. All right. Now, sales promotion I call the saw. Why do I call it the saw? Because I want to cut through the BS and I want to get your money today. Sales promotion is all about non-personal communication designed to stimulate purchase right now. I'm not trying to have you come back later. I want your money right now. And that's what sales promotion is all about. You want advertising, you want them to come back later, that's advertising, right? You want them to tell them some information, go and think about it, advertising. Sales promotion, I want your money right now. Okay? So, have to be careful with sales promotion, and you'll see why. All right? Anyway, some basic things of sales promotion: coupons, rebates, samples, sweepstakes, contests, loyalty programs. Know which goes with what. When you see coupons, you should figure out, well, which one of these does it work for? All right? Which one? Oh, coupons, we give discounts. Rebates, oh, we give money back. Samples, what do we do with samples? Oh, give the product away for free. Sweepstakes, right? Go through that. Sweepstakes actually is more of, loyalty programs, give points and benefits, give discounts, coupons, give money back, rebates. People compete is contests. All right, sweepstakes are entered to win. So that's all, those are the tools, the saw tools that we can use, right? The sales promotion tools that we can use. Quick thing, you have to be careful with coupons. For instance, best example is, bear with me, Bed Bath & Beyond. Bye Bye Baby. I'm at Bye Bye Baby all the time now, and they're always sending me 20% off, buy 20% off, right? Buy this product, get 20% off, blah, blah, blah. So what ends up happening when you do sales promotions such as that, it becomes part of your brand, right? That was, if used too often, may threaten brand equity and profitability. I only buy Baby or Bed Bath & Beyond with 20% coupons. I got an entire Ziploc bag, because I'm cheap as all heck. Got an entire Ziploc bag full of 20% off coupons. Whenever I go to one of these stores, I'm using 20% off coupons all the time. It becomes part of your brand. So for instance, if you have a sale, you guys ever been to Macy's? Right? If you go into Macy's or JCPenney's, when you look around, everything in the store is red with a sale. 15% off here, 25% off there. So it's part of their brand, right? It becomes, oh, well, everything must be priced a little higher because it's 20% off or whatever it is. Rebates are our absolute favorite as marketers, right? Because what is a rebate? I'll give you your money back. So think about it. You go in, I'm selling a printer. You go in, and I'm going to give you a $100 rebate on this $500 printer. So what ends up happening is that people don't fill out the rebate. So they buy it to save the $100, but then they don't fill out the rebate. And what do marketers do? We make it a little bit more difficult for them to fill out the rebate. Right? We don't make it easy for you to get your $100 back. So as soon as you go, now we use a rebate to collect all kinds of information. Oh, you got to fill out this form. What's your email address? What's your home phone? What's your home address? How often do you buy? Now I might use that rebate to actually collect consumer data. So we can use it for that as well with the people that we are giving $100 off to. Right? So we love rebates. For one part, we collect consumer information. The second part is most people don't fill it out, but that was the reason that they bought it. Right? So, and again, we try to make it a little bit more difficult for them to get their money back. And then we have samples. My only advice to sample is never give away what you can sell. Right? Most of the time, some of the time, people have this thing called inertia. So you come out with a new product, but most people don't want to try a new product. I'm good with the product that I buy. I don't want to try new shoes. I'm good with Nike. Why I gotta try this new brand? Right? I'm okay with Nike, right? So to overcome inertia, sometimes marketers have to give away their things for free or at highly discounted for them to actually have product trial. Right? But I'm a firm believer in don't give away too much of what you can sell. Right? I understand that sometimes you got to give away something, but don't give away it all. So sweepstakes, it's fun. Why can't you think of, why can't we have a pro standard sweepstake? Enter to win and we'll give you, a trip to the Super Bowl or blah, blah, right? Whatever it is that you think your target market might want. Don't forget, you only got 25 grand, right? Maybe it could be a smaller sweepstakes. Enter to win a contest where we send you a free hat every single year. So we're going to combine samples and sweepstakes, right? You get it? And of course, with the sweepstake, we're just not entering, we're getting them to do something for us. And the same thing with the contest. We want them to do something. So that helps with engaging. Why can't you have a contest? One of the students a couple of semesters ago came up with a wonderful idea, I thought, which was, why don't we have a sports pop quiz on social media? So we sent out sports trivia, right? Who won the 1983 World Series in baseball? And then people get points for it and they compete for whether or not you do it first or blah, blah, right? What contest can you come up with? Can you come up with best dress? Right? Can you come up with, whatever? Just creativity. Think about it, all right? I'm on the spot. I can't come up with things that quick. You're putting the pressure on me, Dr. Hall. Right? Anyway, so sweepstakes, contests, and loyalty programs. You guys talked about loyalty programs in some of your homework, especially with branding, but you never really gave specifics about what you were going to do. Now, the thing with loyalty programs is you want to make sure that you set it up in a way that people are coming back, but that you're also not giving a whole lot. Think about Starbucks. How many points do you have to collect before I get a free coffee? For crying out loud, I got to spend $200 before I get a free $5 coffee off, right? But you keep going back, and a lot of times they do it. So you got to think about what you're giving away for your loyalty programs, because that costs money too. Then you have public relations. All right, so that was your solve. I call public relations, that tool, I call it the paintbrush, right? That's the paintbrush, because you get to paint the picture of what you want. That's the whole point with PR, right? Sometimes you have bad things that you got to come. What are companies doing now with the coronavirus? right? They're out there, oh, we're going to give away certain things, right? Ball players are doing this now. Oh, I'm just going to donate $100,000 to the people at arena. Why? Because it helps with their personal brand. They get to paint a picture. And that's what PR helps. It's free. Well, free, right? It always costs because nothing's free. But, it's you get to choose what it is that you want. And that's the best part about it, okay? You can do this with press releases, right? And when I used to work at NBC, I used to go through all of the press releases, right? For instance, one of my favorite one was with the nanny coat, right? So, I'm Native American, blah, blah, blah. And we do the tribal powwow every year down in Delaware, right? We're trying to attract more people. So my initial thought is why in the world don't we just send a press release? And maybe get the news media out there. Send it to Jack's 4 News. Hey, look, we're doing so-and-so and so-and-so, and this is our company, and we're doing this, right? We're feeding the homeless. We're trying to give homeless people off the street. We're trying to keep homeless people's hats warm, so we're giving free hats. Whatever it is, you may be able to get the press there, which also helps. Annual reports, right? That shows you, can you keep it moving? Speeches, blogs, brochures. What can you do for Pro Standard related to public relations? Things to think about. Direct marketing. It's not dead. It just has different forms. You have mail, you have internet. It's typically the two most common approaches of direct marketing right now. All right? I call it the screw because it's going to hold everything together. So for instance, we'll talk more about it when we talk more integrating, but here are some of the fun things that you can do with direct marketing. Commercial. Carroll Marketing Creative PR. Oh, here goes a PR video. Let me play that here while I sit here. So those videos are used as an advertisement of the company, but it also shows you a lot of the cool things that you can do. Get out of it. It can also show you a lot of the cool things that you can do with direct marketing and PR and et cetera, et cetera. All right, a lot of fun things that you can do. So that's all. There's another video clip down here on the tip. There's another video there if you want to watch and learn more about direct marketing, but for the sake of coronavirus and me talking less, we're going to move on. Then we have personal selling, all right? I told you about this in the last video. This is Mike's biggest seller. And again, it's probably not something that you can really use right now. It's the wrench, all right? So bring it all together. Two-way flow of communication, all right? It is one of the most expensive. It's not more expensive than TV advertising, but it is more expensive. Think about it. I got to have a payroll. I need sellers. So now I got to pay each of my 5 people at least 60 grand a year so they can live. Plus I got to offer them commissions on anything that they sell. All right. Automatically, you can't hire anybody for $25,000 most of the time. All right. So this is going to be outside, but it's a tool that you should know about moving beyond this class. That personal selling is out there. So there's a whole class on personal selling. I hope you took it here at JU. If not, you should definitely go take a personal selling class somewhere, even if it's just about personal selling for yourself. So here's what I got for personal selling.
God damn it, you fucking guys. I'm gonna keep this short, okay? Pastor Stebbins over a month ago. Says the only one that's opened the necessary 40 accounts for his team leader. When I was a junior broker, I did it in 26 days. Okay? You're not sending out press packets anymore. None of this dead time life operator bullshit. So get on the phones. It's time to get to work. Get off your ass. Move around. Motion creates emotion. I remember one time I had this guy call me up. Wanted to pitch me, right? Wanted to sell me stock. So I let him. I got every fucking rebuttal out of this guy. Kept him on the phone for an hour and a half. Towards the end, I started asking him buying questions. Like, what's the firm minimum? That's a buying question. Right there, that guy's got to take me down. It's not like asking, what's your 800 number? That's a fuck off question. I was giving him a run, and he blew it. Okay? To a question like, what is the firm minimum? The answer is 0. You know what the idea? I'll give it a single share. And this person's telling me, 100 shares. Wrong answer. No. You have to be closing all the time and be aggressive. Learn how to push. Talk to them. Ask them questions. Ask them rhetorical questions. Doesn't matter. Anything. Just get a yes out of them. If you're drowning and I throw you a life jacket, would you grab it? Yes. Good. Pick up 200 shares. I won't let you down. Ask them whether they see 30-40% returns. What are they going to say? No? Fuck you. I don't want to see those returns. Stop laughing. It's not funny. If you can't learn how to close, you better start thinking about another career. And I am deadly serious about that. Dead fucking serious. And have your rebuttals ready. Guys just call me tomorrow? Bullshit. Somebody tells you that they got money problems but buying 200 shares is lying to you. You know what I say to them? I say, hey, look, man. Tell me you don't like my firm. Tell me you don't like my idea. Tell me you don't like my fucking necktie. But don't tell me you can't put together $2,500. And there's no such thing as a no-sale call. A sale is made on every call you make. Either you sell the client some stock, or he sells you on a reason he can't. Either way, a sale is made. The only question is, who's going to close, you or him? I've been relentless. That's it, I'm done.
All right, of course, always dramatized for television. Boiler Room, I believe, is a good movie if you can get past the language. For actual sales concepts. All right, again, dramatized for television, but there are a lot of sales concepts that you can use. Here, I also have a video on the wrench, but for time's sake, it's up to you to watch it. Again, if you're interested in professional selling, go ahead and take a look. Yeah, it's in there. Old movie, Alec Baldwin. After you see it, you'll get the jokes that you always see on Saturday Night Live and stuff like that from now on. Anyway. In sum, again, these are your tools. These are your promotional tools. You'll have to use these for coming up with your P's, right? The promotion P under your marketing plan. What are you going to do with your $25,000? What are you going to come up with? What kind of combination are you going to use? How's it all going to work together? And that's what I really want to talk about next. All right. Well, creativity, videos. The daggone screen went out. Yeah. There are 3 videos here. Each one of these videos are on creativity and to learn how to be more creative. They're there if you want to watch it. Integrated. So the whole thought about those tools, right? Your toolbox, your advertising, your sales promotion, PR, direct marketing, personal selling. And as you saw in many of those videos, they use multiple things, right? And when they use multiple things, we call it integrated marketing mix. So the idea is you want an approach where all of your promotional tools are helping the other, right? They're all focused in on whatever, they're all supporting one another. They're all focused in on the one thing that you want to accomplish, right? Or accomplish some of your goals with. All right, so putting them all together in a way that fits, that's the integrated marketing mix. You don't want separate things. You want them working together, right? One hand washes the other kind of thing. How do you develop it? Well, what information do you buyers need when? Start there. Then go to number 2. Well, what's the nature of the offering? Is it complex? How expensive is it? What's the nature of the target market? Always go there. All right. As a matter of fact, number 3 should probably be number 1. All right. Always start with the target market. And how can one tool help the other? All right. How can you come up with something that works? Well, pick a target market. You start here. What is your target market? Go back to your consumer persona. Who are these people? Think about them first and know everything about them. Remember this: age, gender, lifestyle, media preferences, buying decisions. And then you're going to be thinking about this when it comes to your target market. The buying process, right? You have problem recognition. Then you search for solutions. Then you evaluate these different solutions. Then you choose a solution or purchase. And then you have some kind of feelings about the decision or purchase you made, right? Think about your target market and think about their process. You've done this research. You've done this homework. You've also done research on all of the factors that affect the buying process for your target market. So be thinking about your target market. What is going on with these people? What are they doing? What do they want? What do they want to hear? Where do they want to hear it? When do they want to hear it? How do they want to hear it? Do they want a funny approach? Do they want a rational approach? What is it that they want? Be thinking about these things. And then you're going to develop that detailed profile, right? That's that consumer persona. And then once you have a persona, you have to decide whether or not you're going to push or pull. And this kind of goes back to the place. Remember when we were talking about the supply chain, or the marketing channel? And we were talking about the distribution channel of the marketing channel, right? The marketing channel has 2 parts. You have the supply chain, right? People that you buy everything from. And then you have your distribution channel, people that you could possibly get your money from. So the push-pull strategy starts here, right, with you. So this is your distribution channel, right? When you have an intermediary, aka the middleman and the retailer, right? And then you have, remember, work with me. You guys know these concepts, right? You have B2B. That would be if Mike sells straight to lids, to a business, and then lids sells to the end consumer, right? B2B is when Mike sells to lids. B2C is when Mike sells to the end consumer, the person actually wearing the hat. So you have B2B and you have B2C. And how does the distribution channel work? Well, typically, in Mike's case, currently he sells straight to lids, lids sells to them. So the push or pull strategy is trying to figure out who are you targeting your promotional, right? That last P, right? Who are you giving your promotional media to, right? Who your promotional message? Who are you communicating with? Who are you trying to convince to buy your product? Are you trying to convince the retailer to buy it? Or are you trying to convince the end consumer to buy it? So when you're pushing, you're doing all of your promotional activity to the retailer. You'll get your money here, right? And then the retailer is going to push your product right, or promotional activity down to the end consumer. You convince the retailer then convinces the end consumer. That is the push strategy. The pull strategy is you go all the way to the end consumer, and now you are advertising or you're promoting to the end consumer. And then what do you get them to do? Then you get them to go into the retailer to buy it. So you're pulling demand. Does that make sense? I hope it does. If it doesn't, email me or call me and we can talk about it a little bit further. But that's the push versus pull strategy. Where are you sending your promotional? So think about it. 2 different target markets, right? If you're selling to a retailer, you might give them an entire pamphlet or booklet about who Pro Standard is and what it is that they do, all of the thousands of products that they offer. They're going to want a different approach. You probably use a professional sales team, etc., etc. And then you're going to get, right, and then you want these guys to push the product down to the end consumer. When you're pulling, now I'm sending all of my information to the end consumer. I'm going straight B2C. I'm going to push all of my advertising, all of my PR, all of my sales promotions. Everything is going to the end consumer to try to convince them that they want Pro Standard. And in order to get Pro Standard, then they go to the retailer. All right, so this is something that you're going to have to figure out, but not that big of a deal once you know who your target market is. If you've already determined that you're doing B2C, then most likely you'll be using a pull strategy. All right, so Mike is currently using a push strategy when he doesn't have the pull. All right, so anyway, which to choose? Go read about it. Then you have step 2, right there on the slides. Check it out. Then you have step 2. All right, so your first step was trying to figure out, well, who is your target market? You have to pick one. Now your second step is, well, what are your promotional objectives? Remember, in your marketing plan, you're going to have finance objectives, for sure. You'll have marketing objectives for sure. You may or may not have societal objectives. Well, what are your objectives? What do you want to accomplish with your promotion? Are you trying to convince them to come in and buy? Are you trying to increase brand awareness or recognition? What is it that you want? Go back to your marketing plan where you listed what your goals are. And then try to line up your promotional objectives with your marketing objectives. They're probably one and the same. All right, so you need to determine, what are you trying to do? Oh, remember this? Market penetration. Where does that go? Product development. Where does that go? Development and diversification. Right? You got to know you're going to be doing one of these. You'll either be trying to get more people that you already sell to buy more of your hats. You'll either be trying to come up with a new product to sell to the people who already buy your hats. You'll either be trying to find someone a market who doesn't buy your hats and try to convince them to start buying your hats. Or you'll be trying to sell people that have never bought your hats a completely different product other than hats. Right? It's going to be one of those 4, guaranteed. Right? Which growth strategy are you really trying to use? What are your objectives? I just said it. Go back, take a look. Are you trying to do customer acquisition? Right? Are you trying to get 1,000 new people to buy Pro Standard headwear? Are you trying to have 10,000 hats sold? 100 sweaters? What is it that you're trying to get? Consumer retention. Are you trying to get people to come back and buy more? Right? That would be market penetration. Right? So you need to be thinking about these things. And in your M plan, and we'll talk about this in the M plan video, but never forget, what you want is, you want all of your goals to be SMART. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Again, go back to the slides and videos that we had earlier in the semester if you need more clarity. I will be looking for that in your M plan. Right? What about your financial objectives? Your sales revenue? Right? Are you product revenue? Is there a particular product that you want to sell more of? Is there a particular channel, right? A distribution outlet that you're trying to create, right? Profitability, ROI. What is it that you're doing? What are your objectives? You got to be considering these things when trying to figure out your integrated marketing approach. How are you going to use all your promotional tools to help you accomplish these goals? All right, now we go double check all smart. Develop your toolbox. So the very first thing of everything is you have to be able to get the people's attention. So we played this video. This is a good one. So listen closely about what these people are telling you. See if you, while you're watching this video, see if you can find the trends. Let me double check the time, make sure this thing is still recording. And we are. All right. So double check the trends and make sure, hear what these people have to say. Look for commonalities. Look for things that you can use, a perspective for you to begin to think about.
I think what really captures consumer attention today is great content that is authentic, that is interesting, that is funny, that is engaging.
I think what captures consumers is something memorable, something that sticks in their head, something that they want to either repeat to a friend or share. That's what actually grabs hold of you and makes you act.
I think it's been the same throughout time. I think, again, it's a good idea. It doesn't matter if you have $1 million in production money or if you have $20 in production money. If that starts with a good idea, people will pay attention.
Consumers demand a personalized experience everywhere they go. So when you check into a hotel, they understand who you are. When you turn on your PlayStation or Xbox, they know who you are, what you played, who your friends are. Every device is like your phone. Your phone has always been personalized with your contact information. You expect your friends to be with you everywhere you go. And so companies need to invest in experiences that take into account who that person is, because we're in a customer revolution, and customer companies connect with customers in a new way, but they also connect with their own employees and partners and vendors. So it's really this ecosystem where you're connecting based on this mobile platforms.
One of the most exciting things for me today that's happening in the industry is the whole idea of branded content. Because for me, it's advertising at its peak. Combining techniques from PR, from filmmaking, from digital, and other forms of advertising to bring stories that people actually appreciate watching or participating on it. And it changes the whole game all at once.
Live events, I just came back from Formula One in Singapore, which is probably, I shouldn't say this, but probably one of the, I'm going to say the best, but I shouldn't say the best, one of the best. It's a night race, extremely well organized by the Singapore government, with pop concerts, the Killers, Rihanna, Justin Bieber, I think, tonight, probably going on, yes, as we speak. So they make it into a complete event, not just a GP. But live sporting events and the transmission of that, both in a legacy form, free to air or cable, and using the social media. I mean, for example, at Singapore, for the first time, I saw heat maps of the tires of F1 cars, so you could see, if they were having problems with their tires. So there's some really interesting developments which show, it's just like our agreement with Twitter, where we're showing how consumers try to leverage social media as they watch live sporting events or America's Pop Idol or whatever it is, or China's Got Talent or India's Got Talent.
In my view, the thing that makes the most impact with human beings is actually things that touch us emotionally or cause us to have a powerful reaction in our soul. The intellectual appeal is, I think, less, it is critical, but it's less enduring. Things that make us cry, smile, laugh, love, those things are transformative.
So what's really working and driving consumer attention, at least for us, is driving engagement. So we spend a lot of time making sure that we are driving engaging, compelling experiences that get customers to the things they need and love. So when we can stimulate a customer and get them engaged, we ultimately drive sales.
All right. I don't know what you got out of that video, but I know the words engaging and experience. were almost said by everyone. You had a couple of emotions in there, right? But engaging and experience, that's what's going to get people's attention, and that's what's going to be memorable, which was another word out there, right? So it's just, you got to get them. What kind of creative thing can you come up with, right, that is experiential? Right? You guys want experiential learning. You want to do things. I tried to come up with a way that you can learn how to develop a marketing plan by actually doing one. Hopefully it will be a memorable experience, and that you get more out of doing a plan like this than just reading and me telling you about different concepts. Right? So that's the thought. Same thing. You want to get your consumers coming in and learning more, doing more. Right? Not just you have a one-way flow of communication. I want to do something. So think about it. Engagement, experience, memorable, emotions. Take those words and go far. All right? So think about it. What can you do on YouTube, social media, on the internet, on the web, on the phone to get people engaged, to get people doing something? Promotional ideas. Develop the following promotional ideas. What can you use for TV? Again, we're talking about the integrated concept. How can we use the hammer with the saw, with the paintbrush, with the screwdriver? Right? How can you work these tools together? How can you put radio in a coupon with a brochure, with a direct mailing together? Right? How can you do a video print with a rebate and a press release and internet direct mailing with an email? Right? So that's the thought. You want these things working together. How do you work radio and print together? Right? How do you do a coupon with a sweepstakes or a loyalty program? Right? So again, you want these tools working together. Look at all of the tools that you have. Right? I categorize them as screw, paintbrush, but essentially you got all of these tools. Each one of these is a tool, and you can combine them in countless ways. Permutation, I'm not about to do that right now because my math ain't that good, but yeah, look at all of the different combinations. Right? So that's the thought, and you just got to integrate them. You want them working hand by hand together as a unit. That will take you a lot further than having a TV ad that's not set up for a sweepstake, right? I have a separate sweepstake, but the TV ad. Well, why don't you just have your TV ad talk about your sweepstake, right? Or have a direct mailing talk about your sweepstake, or direct mailing talking about your contest, and then I'm gonna put it on I'm gonna have some guy do a tattoo on the back of his neck, right? So, or I'm gonna pay people to walk around in t-shirts that show about the loyalty program. I'm making it all up, right? Or the rebate, or whatever it is. All right? Start playing around with these, combine them, have them work together. So specifically for your marketing plan, what I'm asking for in your marketing plan is at least 3 programs, right? 3 different promotions that you're using. Can you integrate them? Can you instead of having 3 separate things that go after 3 different goals, can you have the goals and the 3 different programs aligned? All right. So, and again, when you watch the marketing plan video, hopefully that will come a little bit more clear to you. So anyway, your homework, do something creative. All right. I want creativity. I want experience. I want engagement. All right, those are the words that I'm looking for when I'm reading and grading your M plans. Chip away at your M plan. Chip away. Get it done. Don't wait till the last minute. I know it's difficult, right? But use Blackboard Collaborate. Find a time when you guys can get on the phone and discuss. Separate your parts. Do whatever's necessary. All right, but just be careful with that separating parts stuff, because when I read it, I want it all to sound like it was all one unit who wrote it, not 3 different people. Writing center is no more. Reviewing slides, blah, blah, blah. That's all extra notes. What else did I want to tell you? It'll come to me. Oh, your homework. homework number 5. Go online, read homework 5, right? Get that done. The deadline is also there. So complete homework 5. That will help you with your promotional side. You guys can do, your homework is separate. So make sure that all of your group members do it. Once you submit it, I will give it, I think it's due Wednesday of next week. So submit it. I will then grade it Thursday and send it right back to you so you have it Friday. And then right after that, I think it's pop quiz on that Friday. You have to get the pop quiz done too. Just double check what I sent you, the email and everything else with your deadlines and dates. All right, so, but you could use that feedback and we can talk. I'll be around. If you ever want to talk about your implant or anything else, you have any questions about anything, feel free. We can have a phone conversation with no problem. I'm here. So anyway, get it done. Stay safe, stay healthy. Watch the other video that I post about your implant and implant presentation. Oh wait, I gotta hit the off button. There we go.